Hello and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Siddiq, matrix number 2019468216. I am from BA 2424A. So today I would like to present to you about vehicle financing in Islamic finance. Vehicle financing or automobile financing is another popular services offered by the Islamic banks. The most popular structure is the Al-Ijarah Thumma Al-Ba'i, commonly referred as aitab or the Islamic hire purchase. Some other jurisdictions use different terms such as Ijarah wa Iqtina or Ijarah Muntahiyah bi al-Tamlik, which is associated with a leasing contract, Al-Ijarah with an intention to own the asset. Ownership is secured through the transfer of ownership to the customer upon completion of the financing, either through a contract of sale with a nominal price or simply executing a gift hibah with no consideration. The structure will be discussed in the following subsection. Aitab is an Islamic vehicle financing based on the Sharia concept of Ijarah, which is leasing, and Ba'i, which is sale. Aitab is a contract of lease followed by a sale contract. This contract is an extension of the Ijarah contract that gives the facility to the tenant to buy the said property that has been rented. If the tenant would like to purchase rented property, both the parties must enter into the buying and selling contract. So what is Al-Ijarah? Al-Ijarah is a contract whereby the lessor will rent the asset to the lessee, which is customer, over a certain period and at a monthly rental amount as agreed by both parties. Meanwhile, for Al-Ba'i, upon completion of the rental period or upon early settlement, the lessor will then enter into the sale contract with the lessee to sell the asset at a pre-agreed selling price. For example, this is Noh. Noh identifies the car that he wishes to lease and eventually take the ownership. In some jurisdictions, a deposit is paid by Noh to the dealer. If this is the case, the deposit is deemed as an advance made by the Noh on behalf of the bank. Second, Noh approached the bank for vehicle financing and undertakes to lease the vehicle once the bank has purchased it from the dealer. Next, the bank purchased the car from the dealer by paying on a spot basis. After that, upon having the ownership of the vehicle, the bank enters into aitab, which is Islamic hire purchase agreement, with Noh lease the car from the bank against specific rentals over the lease period. At the same time, Noh undertakes to purchase the car from the bank at the end of the leasing or financing tenure. At the end of the leasing period, a sale contract is executed at a nominal price by transferring the title of ownership of the car to Noh. So, this is a simple concept to understand aitab. On first year, Noh makes vehicle financing of 15,000 ringgit for 7 years and monthly installment under Ijarah facility. Next, this is 7 years lease period. Noh rent the car and the car belongs to the bank. On the 7th year, it comes the sale upon maturity. Noh buys the car and the ownership transfer from the bank to Noh. Did you know? In Islamic vehicle financing, if the cars had crashed by accident and the car was garaged for 1 month, the lessee is not required to pay the rental for that month, unless the non-usability of the vehicle is due to misconduct, negligence, and breach of terms of the contract by the customer. Meanwhile, for conventional vehicle financing will require the monthly payment irrespective of the usage condition of vehicle. This is the differences between conventional vehicle financing and Islamic vehicle financing, aitab. The first differences are the terms that have been used. In conventional vehicle financing, the terms like loan interest rate, hiring charges, and late payment interest has been used. Meanwhile, for Islamic vehicle financing, the terms that have been used are financing, profit rate, markup, and late payment charges. Next is eligible customer. For conventional vehicle financing is good credit rating. Meanwhile, for Islamic vehicle financing is not involved in immoral activities against Sharia. Next, the mode that has been used. For conventional vehicle financing, money is given as loan, but for aitab, asset is bought on behalf of the client. For contract, conventional vehicle financing use only one standard contract. Meanwhile, in aitab, there are two separate contracts which are al-ijarah and al-ba'i. Conventional banking gain profit by interest that has been charged on the amount of client. Meanwhile, for Islamic banking, they got profit by rent that charged to customer. For the risk management, the conventional banking used insurance in order to minimize the risk of lease asset. For Islamic banking, they prefer takaful in order to minimize the risk of lease asset. Lastly, if the customers are late to make payment, the conventional bank will charge penalty to customer. But for Islamic banking, they charge penalty for the late or non-payment and pay that amount as charity.